All right, guys, thank you for joining me today, or tonight, rather, sorry. Do me a favor, let me know how do I look, how do I sound. So I know a lot of people are listening to, what the hell's his name? Joe Biden's fucking, pretty sure it's going to be one hell of a speech, or mess of a speech, rather, sorry. 5 by 5, okay, good. All right, good, very good. Let's get this fucking show on the road. All right, guys. So, I mean, listen. For those of you that saw the last video, I think I released today. It was pretty controversial. Now, I don't do controversial videos for shock value. I do them because that's my thought process, and that's my opinion, rather. Sorry, but let me walk it back. For every time I talk about something that bothers people, I always get interesting comments in the comment section, and it's all in regards to, like, oh, for example, the last video, I pretty much just said, in a nutshell, guys, don't trust the Ukraine, and I don't trust Russia. I'm not backing either of them. With that, guys, and Ghost Shura, if you haven't seen the video, you can watch it now, watch it later. But I pretty much said fuck both countries, right? Fuck the Ukraine and fuck Russia, because they're both playing games. They're both trying to play innocent, and I just listened to a Russian expert as to saying why Russia is behaving the way they are and why the Ukraine is behaving the way they are. Anyway, with that, guys, fuck them, right? So I pretty much said fuck Russia, and with that, there's a lot of pro-Russians on YouTube. I had no fucking idea. I had no idea that people were up Russia's ass, and they were like, you know what? It's you're a communist for telling Russia he shouldn't make a move on Ukraine. I said, no, I'm not. I don't think that this needs to be happening, and I definitely now do not think we need to be entering this fucking battle. Let those two assholes hash it out, and however it turns out, it turns out. That being said, we still have to prepare for the possibility of a nuclear war, right? And a lot of us, guys, I hate to say, it's gonna end in a shit show. That's all I can say about that, because this Russian expert I was just listening to, he said that in a couple of weeks, and I don't know how true it is, but again, he's a world-renowned Russian expert, which I didn't even know that was a job. But all right, his name is Gilbert Doctorow, right? And he's saying that in a couple of weeks we might see Russian submarines off the coast of Jersey or Virginia, some shit like that. So we'll have to wait and see. But it seems like, guys, everybody has their own prediction as to what's going to happen. And the only prediction that I'm worried about or concerned is a nuclear war. That's it. All the other bullshit that happens over there, fuck them. That's their problem, right? And interestingly, guys, the amount of guys that were like so fucking pro-Russia was insane. They were like, I stand by Putin and I stand by Russia. I'm like, wait, what? Like, I get, guys, if you agree with Russia doing what they do, which sounds weird. I get that, not that you agree, but that you understand what he's doing. Sorry. If you understand what Russia's doing, that's fine. And I understand why Russia's doing it, and I understand why the Ukraine's doing it. Nobody in this conflict is innocent. We understand that the United States put this current president in, right? The State Department, if you will, put this current president in. We understand that. But let's not act like Russia didn't do the same shit in other countries around the world, and let's not act like China didn't do the same shit. So everybody is playing Putin's back is against the wall. He has to protect his people. Russia doesn't even protect their own people. And then you got George Ortiz that goes, "Go Russia, dumbass, you have no clue." Again, Assholes like you who support Russia, you're supporting a country that doesn't allow free speech, doesn't allow firearms, it imprisons their journalists, news people, and entertainers if they speak out against Russia. This has been proven time and time again. So now, for those of you go Russian assholes, there's an unsubscribe button. There's another button where you can X out. Or you can be a troll on here and I can continue to fucking destroy you. Because America, even though, guys, America is in pretty bad shape. We're in bad shape with this leadership. We got shit leadership, guys. We might as well have a mannequin in place for our president right now. That's how bad of a shape we're in. I think a mannequin right now would do a better job at fucking running this country, right? And with that, we have people saying you have no clue what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. And even after doing more research today, because I said, well, maybe I'm missing something, right? Maybe I am missing the bigger picture, or there's something I don't know that the Ukraine has done, or that the United States done, or Russia's not doing. I said, maybe I missed some shit. So I go and I do more research. And all the research, guys, points to one thing. Both parties are fucking assholes. And they had this shit coming to them. And that is not our business. But again, if you want to say go Russia, if you want to protect Putin, take your ass to Russia and go live there. And Mr. Ortiz, who said he's Puerto Rican, let's see how long your Puerto Rican ass will last in fucking Russia. It won't. So, for those people that's standing up for a fucking country that doesn't even stand up for its own people, I don't understand what the fuck the problem is. With that being said, George Ortiz, I make sense if you listen. But if you still have go Russia on your brain, then of course you're not going to understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that fuck both the countries, period. This is not our fight. Let those two countries work it out on their own. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how much more simpler I need to say it. Or maybe I should get you one of those fucking retard coloring books and fucking draw you a picture. Because that is what I'm saying. This is not our fucking problem. Even though I know a lot of people saying, well, we put that problem in the office of the Ukraine. Randy, again, I'm not saying Ukraine's any better, but the Ukraine is not Russia. How many people do you know move to Russia and go, this is the life I want to live? Please tell me. I know that there are people that come here, learn skills, and go back to their country, wherever they are from, but they do not, people don't actively go to Russia to live there, unless you're a military expert or some shit. Russians come here to the United States. Russia goes to other countries around the world to get away from that regime. So again, why would people from the United States say go Russia or go Putin when that country doesn't give a shit about its own people? You people who say go Russia sound just like the left who stands in the street with the hammer and sickle talking about let's bring back socialism. Socialism works here. Because if you're saying go Russia and go Putin, you are for socialism, guys. You're for everything that's not America. And granted, I said again, America's not doing great right now. We don't have great leadership. But guys, you guys got to stop it with the fucking pro-Russia bullshit. What are you gonna say next? Let's go China? You fucking kidding me? Like it's asinine that we have Americans sounding like fucking liberals. Felix, I should get fucking Steven Seagal on here to fucking solve the problems. Steven Seagal will solve the world's problems. Damn it. That's a guy we should interview next on this channel. Mr. Steven Seagal, can you stop World War III? And that's the other thing, guys. I don't know. Some of you guys are scared about World War III, whatever. I get it. But let's not pretend that Ukraine is innocent. Let's not pretend that Putin and Russia's innocent. Let's not pretend that any of these people are innocent and that we need to fucking protect them. We don't. Okay. And then we have John Cena who will represent the United States for China, because it's fucking insane. We got all these people, guys, turning to the communist dark side. Or socialist dark side, sorry. It's fucking insane. All right, Felix, let us know, let me know how that goes. Because I know the president's on and he's probably making a mess out of the fucking State of the Union. But whatever. Unvaccinated 85. Listen, I have never in my life been as confused as I was today when I woke up and I saw all these go Russian or go Russia, I back Putin people. Some of these people are supposed to be for freedom and fucking American way of life, and they want to back that guy? Clayton Blank said his wife left Russia and came to the U.S. Pretty sure she left Russia because she didn't like it there. Now she's getting threats. She has been a citizen, and she's getting threats here in the United States. Again, and then we got assholes like that. We got assholes who are now going to go after Russian people. Why? Why? Because Putin's having a temper tantrum, or because fucking the Ukraine couldn't... There's a deeper issue to the whole Ukraine thing that I really don't want to get into. But the backing Putin shit makes no sense. Before you know it, people are going to be like, let's back Saddam Hussein. Sonny Gallo. You know what? It's funny. Communism and socialism doesn't work. I guess that's why they force it in their country. I don't know. Russia forces it China forces it just the same way. But if you notice that the Chinese and the Russians, where do they go for freedom? They go to the UK and they go to the United States. They get themselves out of those shitbag countries. And they go to other places around the world. Yes, Saddam is dead, but my point is that people are also going to fucking bring him up and back him up. Georgia says, again, explain to me how I'm wrong. Please, explain to me how I'm wrong. Explain to me how assholes like you are backing up a fucking communist president. Explain to me, please. I'm all fucking ears or eyes if I'm reading your email. I don't get it. I don't get how I'm wrong about people being assholes for backing up a president who restricts his own country, who doesn't allow his own country certain freedoms, who has time and time again proven himself to be a bully in his own fucking party. And this guy has bullied his own party to agree with him. And if they don't, he takes fucking actions against them. We've seen that before. So again, guys, what am I missing? Because everybody who has tried to explain this to me, Amethyst Angel, exactly. Everybody who tried to explain this to me failed. They failed miserably. George Ortiz, please email me facts because, listen, everybody who's tried, they failed. I've poked holes in everybody's facts about fucking Putin. Putin is ex-KGB. Putin doesn't like America because of what we represented. Also, Gorbachev didn't. And we're going back a little bit. Russia has not liked what the United States represents. If we were a shitbag country, which, listen, guys, we can be. I'm not saying Russia. I'm not saying the United States is innocent. Not at all. Not by a long shot. We have our dirty fucking secrets too. We do some underhanded shit. We did, by the way, put that president in the Ukraine. So we pulled some underhanded shit. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Putin is not your savior. Turd Ferguson. Nice one. Nice one, Turd Ferguson. Putin is part of... How can a person like Putin or the Chinese president, how can those two become heroes of the world? How can they all of a sudden not like the New World Order? They want their own New World Order, guys. That's the bottom line. I don't know what's hard about this whole thing. It's a fucking guy who hates this country. Forefathers of this country were all Masons. Yes, they were all Masons. And again, that has nothing to do with our current situation. Putin's pupil is Klaus Schwab. He literally said it. No shit. That I didn't know. No. That's his name. That's his YouTube name. I didn't know that. Putin is a pupil of Klaus Schwab. He literally said it. All right. And guys, Putin is a dictator. Why are we backing a big dictator? BC. I want to say, yes, I want to agree with that. But I'm trying not to go that far down the road yet. I'm trying to play my position, stay back. So, again, George Ortiz, email me at, you know my email. Just email me and I'll pass you my number. Then we can have a adult conversation. Because it is hard to have a conversation on here, on live stream. Unless I bring you on. And that's the other thing, guys. The other problem is Putin threatened nuclear war to any country that intervenes. Any country. That right there is a fucking problem in itself. Johnny, the diet. Well, I started like a soup diet, and it sucks, man. I'm hungry all the time. All I want to do is fucking eat like cake and shit. Stupid. Whatever. I'll get past it. It's one of those things you have to get past. So we are told. Lisa D, that's okay, and that's a fair enough statement. We don't know what's going on. That's the problem. I mean, you know what my bigger issue is too? A lot of people think they know what's going on. I wish I knew what the fuck was going on. But apparently, there's too many fucking lies. Right? There's too many lies. There's a lot of smoke screen going on from everyone. So it's hard to sit here and say, all right, this guy's lying, that guy's telling the truth. We don't know anymore. They've lied so much, they've muddied the water so much, it is hard to fucking tell what is fact and what is fiction. Now, unfortunately, the only thing we're going to know is if someone hits the fucking button and launches that missile. The fog of war. Exactly, Daniel Andrews. The fogs of war. So, that being said, wrapping all of that up, because Randy's getting impatient, wrapping all of that up, guys, what should we do? Right, from here, and I said this in a couple videos ago, no problem, George. We are in this boat right now, guys, where nuclear war could happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying that it could happen. And the fact that Putin threw that on the table, listen, he could have threw it on the table for shock and awe value. He could have threw it on the table so now the world is paying attention to him. He could have threw it on the table because he really meant it. But nonetheless, we're still at this point now where we have to take it somewhat seriously. With that, North Shore, thank you for the donations before and now. Appreciate it, man. North Shore, I'm fine. I'm aggravated about the pro-Russia shit. That's what I'm aggravated by. I'm not aggravated so much by everything else, because whatever, it is what it is. Until it gets to our doorstep, then I'll be concerned. But the pro-Russia shit is infuriating. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for going down that road. But just the fact that people are backing a communist country, I take issue with that. And then, anyway, guys, that's me. And yeah, Humble Lion, thank you. That's a better way of putting it. Everybody's freestyling this whole situation. Everybody's like, yo, this is why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. They're doing it because of this reason. They're doing it because of that reason. I'm like, well, what the fuck is it? Why does everybody know what's going on except the rest of us? Everybody's like, well, they're doing it because of money laundering. They're doing it because of the last one I heard was the sex slave trafficking. I'm like, okay, they're doing it because the Ukraine wants to get into NATO so that they can put more missiles on the border to attack Russia. Like, they have all these theories, and I'm like, and none of that is panning out. So again, it's just insane. It's just insane. But anyway, guys, as far as preparing for what's going on, we have to, right? We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if he's going to launch. We don't know if he's going to set off the biggest cyber attack the world has ever seen. There is also that. That is also on the table. So we got cyber attack, and then we got nuclear, the nuclear option, right? So how do we deal with it? Well, we keep prepping. We keep going to the supermarkets, which, guys, I find very interesting that the supermarkets around me have been back to normal, right? So there's no shortage of food. There's no missing anything. Everything seems to be back to normal. That limited sort of how much potable water do you have on hand in months? At me personally, I only have maybe 3 weeks of water. That's between water I bottled that I bottled in plastic bottles that I can use to wash my hands and take a bath with. And as far as drinking water goes, I have probably 2 weeks, if that makes sense. I don't have enough room to do what I want to do with water, like a water barrel, a rain barrel or something. I live in an apartment. Rain barrel's not going to work. And I'm 1,000% sure if I have a rain barrel in my apartment, the wife's going to yell at me. That's undoubted. So, that being said, guys, I am redesigning and getting more water containers for my storage unit. I ran into a problem. So, there's a website called nukemap.com, I think. I put in the biggest warhead Russia has. With that, guys, I thought that we'd be safe because if he used a smaller one, it would hit predominantly downtown. We would get some fallout, but as far as radiation, thermal burns, and things like that, we'd be safe. I was wrong, right? So I look into this nuclear map, and I go, holy shit, it's a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. But I'm trying to get you guys the exact link because it's a cool link. Because what you can do is you can put in the yield of the bomb and what kind of bomb he might use. And I know I can't say that word 1,000 times because they'll demonetize the channel. Whatever. If I could find it, I will send it to you guys. Here it is. It's not nukemap.com. I apologize. But I'll send you the link right now. Or if this thing ever pulls up. Jesus. Alright, bingo. So a lot of people I'm taking it might be using this fucking website. I'm putting it in the chat now. This is something that if you live in a city, or hell, even if you live in a rural area, this is something you could look into. But it tells you the devastation of your area, how wide the effects go. It is pretty cool, guys. Did I miss a comment from Randy? Well, okay, guys. So here's the. Thank you, Randy, for bringing that up. Or actually, thank you, Angry Homesteader, for directing me to Randy, sorry. But here's the thing. Primary targets, guys. These are the first places that would be hit. Cities would probably be hit. Other military installations will be hit as well. But the primary targets that Russia, according to them, are worried about is Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota, Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, and F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming. If I'm not mistaken, 2 of these Air Force bases have nuclear capability, and I forgot what the third one does. But they are the first to be hit if the shit is on. With that, guys, you have VLF transmitter Cutler, which is in Maine, and you have Jim Creek Naval Radio Station, which is in Oregon, right? Or Washington. Sorry, Washington. So you have these two places that have communications. They are going to, according to them, sever communications and our defense. Those are the first primary targets using a nuclear weapon. Then you have the VLF transmitter in Hawaii. I can't pronounce that. Lahualahi, I guess. Then you have Pentagon, NORAD, and Strategic Command, Alpha Air Force Base. Then they would go after the stockpiles, the nuclear stockpiles throughout the country, which are multiple. With that, guys, that's the kind of shit that we're looking at. So New York City might be on the map, or major cities might still be on the map, but they're going to go after the crippling blows first, and then they'll go after like the cities and shit like that. I can't tell you exactly where in Washington. It was just a spot on the map as to where Washington was. Let me see. Maybe I can pull it up. Maybe I can pull it up. Or not. I'll pull it up in a bit. Yeah, it's... I don't know. According to the map, it's. I know it's the big area, but it's between Seattle and Spokane. So it's in the northern section of Washington State, but between Seattle and Spokane. So in the middle of there somewhere. That's where you would think a military base would be. Mountainous, and it's probably where you can hide a fucking base. Ruthless Entertainment, as far as evacuating goes, listen, if he uses that hypersonic missile, it don't matter. We're toast. But, again, if they do hit those military bases, that would give us time to scramble, right? And I don't think other people would leave because everybody being shocked and awe watching these places get hit. Then the family and I would fucking move. We'd get the fuck out of here. And a Humble Lion. They were not trying to build a nuclear weapon plant. They were trying to build... They were saying, or Russia's worried that they might build a nuclear launch site at the border of Russia and Ukraine. Cheyenne Mountains. Probably stock, bean, and things. Probably you're right. I don't know that area well. You are probably right. Actually, does Yakima sound familiar? Sounds like it would be around there, but I don't know if there's a military base in that area. Again, I'm looking at a blep on a map, and I'm trying to guess where it might be. So, excuse me. Laura Flarson, a cyber attack, what effect it will have on us? It depends on how fast, how deep they go. They can absolutely attack the electrical grid system and shut shit down for a little bit. They can attack the banking system, tie up our money. They could attack the water system and not so much shut it down, but flood it with more chemicals like bleach and things like that to screw up our water system. So there's a lot of things they could do from over there, right? And it would absolutely, it would be a shit show, obviously, if they did. Now, there are other black sites, if you will, around the United States they might hit as well. I don't know where they are. I'm not going to pretend I know where they are. But there are probably going to be more hits than what I just told you about word of mouth. But, yeah, guys, a nuclear attack, according to everybody that I've read, every expert, even the Russian expert here, the Dr. Rowe character, they all said that if we go nuclear, it's done. Everybody's going to launch, and then it's game over, right? There'll be a couple of places where you'll be able to survive. If you can live in a mountain or fucking underground base, you'll be even better off. But there's going to be a lot of chaos, and there's only a couple spots where you might be well off. A couple of them were in Idaho, if I'm not mistaken. One was in the middle of Kansas. You had a couple spots in the northern section of Nevada, or northeast section of Nevada. Sorry. Not many places, guys. Not many places would be left to will be salvageable here. And then you had a couple spots in Texas as well. But the eastern side of the United States, or the whole eastern half of the United States, would be peppered with nuclear attack. So, again, guys, it would be an absolute shit show. As far as trying to go somewhere, the only place you can go is underground. That's pretty much it. If we go into a full-blown nuclear war. And then those that survive, then you have to deal with nuclear winter. And then that they say that is devastating on the other half of people that survive. So again, guys, it's not something that we want to entertain, but it looks like something we're going to entertain. Right? So we shall see. Chris PC Cat, not like Greenland. Greenland was good, but Greenland had some holes in it. There was a couple scenes where, like, with a asteroid went over them, it would have scorched them. It would have burned them to fucking smithereens. But whatever, we're not going to get into that. Yeah, not to mention everything be radioactive for a very, very long time. So Randy, I guess Missouri, you can hang out one of those silos. I don't know, but here's the other thing too, guys. Wherever you might want to hang out, wherever you might run to, you have to have a setup. You can't just go there because it's safe, right? You can go to an underground bunker, but you better have food there, right? You can go to a cave that you know of that might an old mining cave, but you better have food in there. So there's a lot of things that you have to have set up for the situation. You just can't run there, because then what, right? The State of the Union right here. Yeah, so anyway, guys, with this whole fucking, aggravation of today, and the crazy shit is, what really, really got me at the end of the day today was that, did I really just fucking, get annoyed with stupid people? That's what's killing me. Tony Smith Hermit, you get the link didn't work? Oh, Tony Smith, it takes a while for the link to load up. It took a while for me. So just be patient. I don't know. So Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival just said Joe Biden can't keep a sentence together. We're screwed. We are. McBean Scottish Fitness. By the way, guys, you should, if you're into fitness, he's a good channel to watch. I was watching his live stream this morning, actually. It was pretty entertaining. And not entertaining, but more informational. That's what I mean to say. A lot of good information in there, and he ran by it really quick. But if you watch his video again, his live stream from today, it was pretty good. But anyway, he's saying we should watch the movie Threads. I haven't seen that movie, but I'm going to look for it tonight. Or maybe I did. I watched so many movies as a kid, I forget. So, Biden keeps repeating State of the Union. I don't know, Herbivore Linus, I don't know if you're joking or you're, but... Yeah, William, if anybody had a drinking game for this State of the Union, everybody's drunk within the first 5 minutes on the floor. Somebody said it was hard to watch. Somebody just said that. Striker. Sorry, man. Sorry about that. He said it was hard to watch. Wow. All right, so you guys are not joking. That's bad. All right, guys. Well, listen. We're going to be in for a very, very interesting next couple of weeks. Again, not joking, dude, can't stay focused. Wow. All right. Poverty Stack said he had to quit watching. Wow, was that bad, huh? Yeah, so guys, even that fucking Russian nerd or expert nerd was saying that he's like, the next couple of weeks are going to be very interesting. It's going to be very telling of what happens next. So we shall see. We shall see where this goes. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, guys, the leadership we have right now. Hudson Valley said, bro, he's going to get us all killed. I wouldn't doubt it, man. Someone said quit the first minute. Nothing. And listen, guys, like I said, this is just one of those a situation we're in right now where we probably haven't been before, at least not this close. Listen, I heard people say that, Russia's going to invade the United States, or China and Russia together going to invade the United States. I don't know. We have people saying that the deep state is Russia's fighting the deep state in Ukraine. I don't fucking know. I doubt it very much. They're like, he's stopping the money laundering. I'm like, Russia does a lot of money laundering as well. So there's so many reasonings there, and we don't know shit. And that's why, going back to being upset, I'm upset at people saying dumb shit, and I'm upset at myself for letting myself get dragged into this bullshit. Because in the end, it's all bullshit, and only one or two things are going to happen. Either they're going to come to a sudden peaceful agreement, or we're going to go nuclear. That's the only two avenues we're going down now. Right? And so, again, guys, today, all day today, obviously, for the obvious reasons, people were unsubscribing from me. But I found it interesting, so I had to look it up. I had to look up people unsubscribing from me. And I had a guy unsubscribe from me a little while back because I did a video where I was driving. He says, because you're not paying attention to the road, you're a hazard, and I have to unsubscribe to you. I'm like, okay, I get that. That one was an honest, I get it. He didn't like that, so he unsubscribed. Fine. Then he had somebody who unsubscribed from me because I didn't leave my job fast enough when they were mandating us. You're dragging your feet, you're not putting your money where your mouth is. And I'm like, so they unsubscribed me. I thought that was weird. And then he had a lot of people unsubscribe from me today because I said fuck Trump, which I told people before, time and time again. I'm not a huge fan of him. I like what he did as president. That still doesn't mean I like the guy himself. But I did like what he did for this country, right? So my prediction, someone, none of your business, Beeswax, said, what is your prediction for the next couple of weeks? None of your Beeswax, I could only say that as of right now, we are at a heightened level of this can go either way. This can go fucking full nuclear, or this can go to peace talks, and then Russia gets their way with the Ukraine. Or part of Ukraine, sorry, not all of Ukraine, part of the Ukraine. That can happen. Or Russia can get egotistical and keep pushing through the Ukraine, creating a bigger problem in Europe. So there is that as well. But again, as far as that, if we see Russian submarines off the East Coast, it's safe to say it's game on. And at that point, we're probably going to go into some kind of fucking either tactical battle or nuclear battle. Someone unsubscribed from me because they didn't like the hat. Thank you, I appreciate it. Sean Lee, whether it's fear, or fear porn, or fear mongering, we're still in this boat right now. War. I was going to check out Russell Brand's take on the viewpoint. I'm definitely going to look at that as well. Humble Lion said I'm not cursing enough. Yeah, I guess. Listen, because I'm trying to be civil about this conversation. It's just, again, the pro-art shit really got me pissed, and then I played myself because I'm getting pissed over morons. It was just the weirdest thing. Go sure. No, they were just joking about that. I don't think they were serious about unsubscribing because of my hat. I don't know, but yeah, guys, whatever's gonna fucking happen, it's already in design, right? And a lot of people like, well, the New World Order won't let it happen because they need a world to order around. I'm like, fair enough. But again, guys, who the fuck knows? Nobody knows. And if any YouTube channel tells you they know exactly what's going to happen next, they're full of shit. They really are, because this is uncharted territories, and we don't know how Putin's going to behave. And being that pretty much Biden fucked up the State of the Union, which I'm hearing from you guys, I don't know. Olivia, thank you for the donation. Have you seen Nation Foreman talk about conflicts? Yes, Ice Age Farmer did talk about conflicts to shut down, to start the famine, rather, if that makes more sense. I did hear about that. Strong Forever said, I'm Ukrainian, really. Strong Forever. So, I mean, do me a favor, Strong Forever. If you're Ukrainian, do me a favor and email me because I'd like to ask you some questions. I'd rather actually hear it from the horse's mouth, not calling you a horse. Um, but I've also heard from Russian people who live here in the United States. They there's something called Little Odessa here in New York. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's in Brooklyn. And anyway, so Little Odessa, when I used to work there, I used to be an EMT while I was a fireman. So I worked for Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, right? They had an EMS division. They used to wear white pants. I hated wearing those white pants. Not the point of the story. So when I worked out there, there's a small hospital. I forgot the name of it. But we came out of there. So I picked up Russians from time to time. And I remember asking one lady who had a shit attitude, man. Russian lady, shit attitude. She was motherfucker in the United States. So we get into this conversation in the back of the ambulance. It was like the longest fucking ride ever. Because my partner decided he wanted to hit every light on the way to the hospital. Whatever, not the point. So, she's talking shit. And I'm like, if you hate this country so much, why the fuck are you here? Why do you come to this country if you're going to hate it? And she's like, because here in the United States, you guys have more freedoms. Her words, not mine. You guys have more freedoms and allow me to become more than I want to be, than I can be in Russia. She goes, because according to her, the Russian government wouldn't allow her to take some course that she wanted to take, that she had to fly here to take, live here for a little while. That's one lady. Then we had other Russians who just do not ever want to go back to Russia because life there was so hard. They had a hard time being there and they had more freedoms here. And they all said unequivocally there are better freedoms here. With that, guys, if the Russian community that lives here in the United States left Russia because it was so restricting, why on earth do we have pro-Russian Americans? Makes no sense. And that's why I think I was getting pissed. Now I dialed it back a little bit. I know I was a little high-strung. I dialed it back a little bit, and I'm like, I'm arguing with stupid people. That's the bottom line. Why bother? Please stop believing the DEF CON crap. 65 Whaler. You know what? People keep telling me the DEF CON level is 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now it's 10, it's 11. Like, what the fuck? I know it doesn't go that high. I'm being sarcastic. But I don't pay attention to the DEF CON shit. Because the DEF CON thing from the prepper community has been wrong. What was it, a year ago when it said it went down? I was like, what the fuck? How are we making up our own DEF CONs in the prepper community? Super Predator, it is not a black and white issue. It's not. But supporting a communist country is a black and white issue. Period. You support a communist country, then you're going to support China. That's my whole point. There is no wiggle room to supporting a communist country. Period. There's America, and then there's freedoms. Supporting a communist country means you want all of that to disappear. Somebody said that before. Patty S. Planted Russian government like spies or whatever. I don't know, because some of the people I got into an argument with today were people who followed me for a long time, and nonetheless they unsubscribed because I told them kick fucking rocks. But I would have thought that if I didn't know any of these people. But some of these people I knew, some of these people followed me for a while, and then all of a sudden, just like that. One person even called me a fascist for taking a stance against a fascist president, Putin. It was weird. Today was a weird day. It was a weird day arguing with so many stupid people, and I'm mad at myself for arguing with stupid people. Kevin Middleton, exactly. Oh, that was the other thing. Some of you, anybody else, have noticed something very interesting? The FEMA came out with a nuclear guideline. They updated it, and they updated it back in December. What was it 21st of last year or 13th of last year? December 13th of last year. And I'm like, they just updated that book, or you're right, the nuclear book, and now we're running into this problem. A little coincidental. I'm not going to say conspiracy theory. A little coincidental. Strong forever. Thank you for that. Escape the matrix. Fascism is not corporatism. That is not even the fucking same thing. Look at the word fascism. Jesus. And Sean Lee, this is not real brick. It's like cloth, it's a fake. It's fake. I wish there was real brick behind me. That'd be cool. You can't fix stupid. They will take you down. Preston Brown, thank you for that. Yes, absolutely. Felix Beltran, you can send me what data? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to somebody else? I like when some of you guys start in the middle of some shit and then I read it. I'm like, what the fuck? Be first. And that's the other thing too today. I had to learn acronyms, which was fucking like really frustrating. People would say shit and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I have to look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, why didn't they just fucking say that? I don't like fucking acronyms, man. I must be old because acronyms are just like, people will say, like, what was it? Northwest Pacific? People write NWP, and I'm like, what the fuck does NWP mean? People like, I'm from NWP. I'm like, New World Police? I'm like, what does that mean? And then I put it together when someone said Oregon NWP, and I was like, oh, I'm a moron sometimes. Sometimes this shit just slips my brain, and I'm like, NWP? What does that mean? It's fucking, it's the stupid side of me. You would hate the Army. Striker, I probably would. I'd probably get lost. Right? NWA is the only acronym I know like that. Olivia, thank you for the donation. Olivia, that's prepper nurses one thing. You would have to ask them that. I did hear that I've heard that they ravaged West Virginia with a lot of fracking and things like that. Not that if you believe in it, but if that bothers you, but yeah, you have to ask him directly. You would have to email him. So, guys, the Angry Truth channel, for those of you that are going to go over there and follow and listen to me, we're going to talk about the mandates that have been ending everywhere and how I think, me personally, it suspiciously ties in to all of this shit that's going on now. I think it's strange that we had the threat of nuclear war and everybody's like, lift the mandates. Putin's going to do our job for us. So it's just weird. But we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about lawsuits that can actually spawn out of these mandates ending, which I hope to God they do. That's just a different story. Humble line, we can't be afraid to die, but we also do not want to die ahead of time, right? There's a difference. Listen, if Don Lemons Don Lemons would fight with the Russian before he fought with the Ukraine. Yeah, guys, I tell you, the acronym things is bad for me. I'm like, it really is. People would text me and like, what was it? What was the fucking text? Fuck my life, right? What was it? Fuck my life. FML. I'm like, FML? What the hell does that mean? Is that forget Mama Leonis? I'm like, what is that? So when people text me acronyms, I often look it up instead of embarrassing myself and going, what does this mean? How old am I? Am I 60 years old now because I don't know what acronyms mean? Joanne, I just saw that. I saw the Canadian Prepper, FTW. See, what does FTW mean? Fuck the world? Is that what FTP? Fuck the principle? I don't know. Shake my head. See, I get that one. Forgot my lasagna. My connection sucks. Yeah, listen, guys, it was fun. Oh, so I was supposed to do it tonight. I'm not going to do it tonight. I apologize because I went on my fucking high-strung rant. But what we're going to talk about, what we're going to do next week. Next week, we're going to have the first 80s themed trivia question for a $50 gift card. So we're going to be doing that probably for the next couple of months. That's going to be to celebrate my 100 fucking K subscriber when I reached it. But we're going to be doing 80s themed movie trivia questions. So it's going to be one a night, or actually one every live stream. We'll be doing it, or rather one twice a month. Sorry. So one question, and I'm going to leave the off so that people can get a quick and honest answer out. So hopefully, questions regarding Alf. No 65 Whaler, you must be an Alf enthusiast. But we will definitely be asking certain questions. So the movie could be any 80s movie, guys. It could be a very, very cheap 80s movie, or it could be a very, very, a popular B movie, like Mad Max, right? Or Roadhouse, or Pretty in Pink, or Say Anything, or My Summer Vacation. So it could be any one of these things. But they're going to be 80s themed, right? It could be Lost Boys. It could be Ishtar, if some of you ever seen that movie. War Games would definitely be on the nose for what's going on, so probably not. But that would have definitely been my first one. But I already have the question picked out. Store to school. What was the other one? What was that 80s? The driving one, where everybody had to go to get the driver's license. Shit. God, I can't remember that one. Breakfast Club. Yes, Ishtar, newcomer. I know some people like Ishtar. What the fuck? Ishtar, when it was released, I think that was with, I'm going to say Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty, and that was the worst movie of its time. Now, there have been others since, but it was the worst movie of its time. License to Drive, no. There was another one. Judge Reinhold was in it. He got his driver's license revoked, and he had to go to driving school or some shit like that. I can't remember it. Better Off Dead, that was my favorite. And then we have Summer School was definitely my favorite. I was in Ishtar. Star Wars, Montreal. Or Platoon, right? Platoon was what you call. Was it DMV? Damn it, I can't remember. Moving Violations. Ron Augustin, thank you for bringing that up. Wow. You could tell how old he was. He remembered. Moving Violations, yes. With that cheesy song at the end. Well, all 80s movies had cheesy songs at the end, but not the point. So anyway, guys, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing 80s theme movie questions. And some nights, we might do 2 questions, but for the most part, at least twice a month, we're going to have that question. So it could be any time during the month. And if the question I deem super hard, you can win up to a $100 gift card. It's about as high as I can go. But and there's a hard question I have out there that I think most people will not figure out. Even if you Googled it, you wouldn't figure this out. You have to be an avid 80s movie watcher to know the fucking answer to this. So that's the name of the game. Yeah, Leprechaun was in 80s. Altered State. Rain Man. Teen Wolf. What about Juice? That was pretty good. Was Juice the 80s or 90s? Maybe it was 90s. It was 90s. It wasn't 80s. Yeah, it wasn't 80s. Faces of Death wasn't a movie. It was a good fucking collection of shit, but it wasn't a movie. Flatliners. What's the one? Aztec Gold. We are some old fucks. That's for sure. 90s movies will probably be the second half of the year. Right? We'll do 90s movies like The Last Boy Scout, which was my favorite when I was a kid. But now that I'm old, I look at it and go, what the fuck did I... You look at movies now, guys, and you're like, why the fuck did I even sit here and watch this? And you go, I was a stupid kid. I was a moron for sitting here watching this. Life Force, that was a good movie. You know, so it's like when you look at movies now, guys, you're looking at it like, why the fuck did I sit here and watch this shit? I'm a fucking moron. And then you watch it again as you're an adult and you hate yourself even more. The Last Dragon, classic movie. Fortress with Christopher Lambert. That was a 90s film, if I'm not mistaken. Fortress. And Jerry Maguire was a 90s movie. Debbie Does Dallas was an... I thought Debbie Does Dallas was a 70s porn movie. Late 70s. Maybe it was early 80s. I don't know. I was too young to watch porn back then. And like I said, guys, they're not going to be easy questions either, right? They're not going to... They're not going to be like, who said Warriors come out and play? That's a given. Unless there's a couple things I can do with what you call it like that. But again, guys, avid movie 80s watchers will get a lot of these questions. If you are not, you better brush up on some of these 80 films. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right, guys, so other than that, we're going to switch over to the Angry Truth channel. Give me a couple minutes to look up a couple things, and then I'll see you guys there in a couple of minutes. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Gang in New York is not a...